And we are recording. Go ahead, Demi.
Oh shit, we are. Okay, what is up, guys? It's your boy, the real storyteller here, once at it again for session 8?
You said 8
9?
last time.
9, yes, thank you, Green Dragon 666 Twitch. So, previously, on the Ageless Accolade Z, our fellows over here, Severin, Treblan, and Domino, followed some gnarly wind spirits towards sewage, and are about to go into a cave crawl, but they forgot to bring light. So they did God's work and inspired a miracle into a man, and it's gonna be the first Rothschild in the universe who is torch production.
I think given the amount we paid him, his business plan might be slightly miscalculated, and he may in fact lose money on his investment.
It's not our fault, okay? It's not our fault.
I mean, no, there's no cure for idiocy. It's best we winnow them out of the gene pool early.
This is how humanity gets smarter with time.
So, as you guys are prepping your torches and the like, Adolphus, before we fully introduce your character, let's have a little bit of a fun scene. So, you're finishing up your night's work, doing stuff in the name of God, and you're just taking one last walk before you head back home. And you hear a lot of hello? Did somebody change us to Russia or something?
Nope. I think it was just Discord flickering.
Die.
Yeah.
Not again.
Yeah, the stupid Chromebooks. Not playing ball.
And as you're taking your walk, you hear what is slightly a commotion. It kind of piques your interest. And then you see, fire starts sprinkling over. And as you're sort of walking and there's a little sort of a wall, you take a moment to just slightly peek over. There you can see two men. One looking lean, has like a wolf pelt over it, looking really dangerous. One person who has a bit of a wine stomach to himself.
The fuck?
I love you, Kraft.
That's so rude.
Whenever I look at your picture, that's what I just imagine. I'm sorry.
You stayed the way you were when you got embraced.
Yeah. When I got embraced, I was like 20 years old.
And you notice a female, slightly presuming robes and light darker, but you do notice in the flickering light that the has a pretty unusual complexion and a corpsely feel to it. But you've been around for long enough and know to pick up these things, especially who's who and who isn't, especially with the sign of one individual in particular. 3 kindred, standing around, 2 torches in hands and a few over there, and a door open that leads into the sewage. And they're simply talking and discussing things with the one with the wolf pelt having his bow and arrow at the ready as well. What do you do?
Okay, give me a second.
Rolls initiative.
Okay, hopefully the camera will work for like 5 minutes or so, as long as it's seen.
Gucci.
I'll walk over to them and express my concern as to why someone has a bow in hand and why the sewer is open. Why,
we're gonna do this by a dialogue. So, you guys, as you're discussing, and Donald, probably because you're currently being on the most alert right now, looking down and sort of at the others, you notice a man, large beard, hooded, and for a second you saw through the gleaming of the torchlight a little bit of a cross symbol, presuming, right? Sort of coming down slowly down the slope towards you guys.
Okay. Domhnall is on edge. His reaction is to essentially move towards the nearest bit of cover and keep the arrow pointed vaguely in his direction, not quite fully drawn for release, but definitely, in a threatening manner.
Do we smell any bath water?
Roll me perception awareness.
Please, it was a joke.
I'll continue walking over to them and then say,
Before he if he continues approach, I'm gonna tell him, who are you? And go a bit more combat readiness stance, since it's a stranger that comes out at us from the dark.
In the middle
I'm
of
a
the
man
fucking
of
night.
God.
Yeah.
And who are you?
Fucking look over, man of God, the grabs dagger. Can't have this. Okay, I won't grab my dagger. I'll put my hand on my dagger. Okay, I'll knock it over. Yeah.
I want to use Auspex 1 to augment my sight and see if I can see any obvious pallor that would indicate a kindred, as opposed to a crusader, which we might need to shoot in a second.
Yeah.
All right. Auspex 1 or Auspex 2?
Auspex 1. Auspex 2 requires trancing.
Okay. You're aligned enough and you're old enough to, as I said, pick up these signs. So, as you know, you Auspex 1 and look. Even though he's hooded and things, you do notice small sort of giveaway signs. Even though it's hood, luckily the fire helps a little bit lighten stuff up. You can notice, stuff like the complexion. Very, not stiff movement, but rather less movement than somebody usual. Not really breathing, not really moving, the shoulders overly much.
The Valgo.
Mm-hmm. And you're getting the telltale signs then that this isn't somebody. And but what you can feel from him, sort of pulsating through you, especially now Auspex and looking into him, you do get a feel that this guy is, has a little bit of a god to himself, almost like he has a presence bigger than what seems to be his actual size. Not malicious, not overbearing, but it definitely feels as he has a bit of how to say. You can feel that this guy is a priest through and through.
Can I try and detect, and do a perception awareness roll to get a feel if he's human or not? Or
as I said, you guys
detect his aura.
You guys can do this. If you want to detect aura specifically, that's then a power use.
Yeah.
Perhaps I can assist you with your task. I'd like to cast the first level of Obtenebration and drive the shadows back down into the hole.
All right. I presume, if I remember right, Obtenebration doesn't really. Obtenebration 1 is just very slight control. I don't think you have to roll anything for that. No.
I do think you spend a blood
It does require a roll. It's manipulation occult, I think.
No, that's for level 2. For level 1, that's shadow play. That's just slightly playing with shadows, essentially. You don't need to, but you do have to spend a blood point to activate it.
All right, well, I'll do that then.
Mm-hmm. And you guys sort of notice a bit, and it's not really the torchlight, but rather, the shadows of it. You see, especially behind you, especially you, Donald, because you have a nice little vantage point where you are. You can see that the shadows that are supposed to go into the fire, this light that's supposed to go into the sewage and things, start almost. What are you trying to do exactly with them?
I'm just driving them back. It's an option of the power.
Okay, you can see that there's a bit more room, that the light suddenly sort of goes a bit more lighter, almost as if it's going inside, and the shadows and a little bit of a feel that you have from the inside starts to clear up a little bit. And you do notice that there is a, well, do you actually do shadow play? I'm not sure if you have to do actually a hand movement or not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, doesn't have to, but you do notice that.
Domhnall is gonna keep the bow raised, but he's gonna take the tension off the string.
I'll nod to him.
At this point, now looking at him and a little bit of not instant combat. For those who have intelligence politics, you guys can roll at a difficulty of 6.
Politics or occult?
Politics.
All right.
No fucking clue. Must be another Malkavian.
Yeah.
It's not a bot. You just don't know who it is. Okay, two successes. Severin, you know this individual actually. They're now looking and the tension going off. You remember at some point during your past when creating wine and selling things out, you do remember that there was a special order that once came in from this individual. And would you, if you, Adolphus, could just present your name, please?
Lambert Califern.
Fuck.
There was once a order for one of your wines towards him, towards his monastery, so that towards his rather small church that he has. And you do know that he's a kindred, and you do know that he's of Clan La Sombra as well, from what you picked up and were able to sell to him. And you had that interaction before, and it was a pretty, decent exchange all in all. You, Triblana, you also know him. Mostly because you and your grandsire have always had a, do it for the occult and the like, and you always were wary of the La Sombra around. As such, you had, through your grandsire especially, able to learn some of the figures in the city. One of them being this individual in front of you, who your grandsire reports to be a very pious individual, more so than some of his colleagues even.
Yeah, definitely gonna relax a bit now. By the way, would I know if this is like his territory or something?
We know that we are in the La Sombra claim.
Yeah, you know that you're in La Sombra territory, definitely.
Yeah,
so
but it's like his stuff nearby.
no, with 3 successes and also with what I told Severin, this isn't where his church is, which would also be considered usually his domain as well.
Wait,
but it is
so
La
the
Sombra
church
territory.
isn't in the city?
No, it's in the city, just not here where you guys are. I've marked it with green on the map. It's over here at this La Sombra place.
All right. Well, then I'll greet him. Oh, Lambert, hello. What are you doing around here?
Ah, so you recognize.
Don't recognize me back with the hands.
Yeah, we could do also the exact opposite. Remind me, do you guys have status? Yeah, actually no. Adolphus, you can roll me intelligence politics as well at 6, mostly because you guys have a.
I don't
human
have
rapport.
politics.
Then roll me just intelligence at 8, mostly to see if you remember.
Some of us have status
no.
too.
I know
I think
it would lower, but now I'm increasing again for the lack of politics.
I have status too.
So just straight intelligence.
Yep.
I don't think my book knowledge applies, so...
Not for this.
Unfortunately, the Norse mostly have an oral tradition.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to GM roll, by the way, these things. Macros are red, so just open and roll them. They seem to know who you are, and while you would presume that you have met them in the past, especially them knowing your name, you don't really have a recollection of who these individuals are in front of you.
Just some fucking rando bums.
I'm afraid I don't recall your names.
Gonna lower the bow. Take the arrow off the string. Apparently we're talking now.
Apparently, don't have to kill this fucker.
I mean, yes, rando fucker shows up when we're looking for what we're looking for. That's
Yeah, I
suspicious
know.
as all fuck.
Yeah, especially considering we're fucking like looking into some huge organization, or like not a huge organization, but we're looking into an organization and we don't know what they're capable of, or we do know what they're capable of, kinda, at least
I
on the
happened
surface.
to
It's
have
scary.
been looking around for women of the night that I may turn to God.
Well, I saw a few down that alley. You know, kind of busy here. Also, I'm Severin. I sold you wine before to your church. Don't you remember how delicious it was? Or maybe you can't
I'm
consume it.
sorry, I forgot. I'm
Damn it, you fucker.
my memory is lacking. You know, it's been said that books will do that to you.
Confused with planet noises.
So you're about God's work.
Of course. Why else would I be in the garb of a monk? Why would I be in my habits if I was not a man of God?
I'm gonna glance at the other two like I'm gonna do something potentially stupid. Do you want me not to?
Probably just, like a slight slow shrug.
Yeah, you guys recognize his face, by the way. Not the first time it happened.
Oh my god.
So
And
here's the thing.
who are your friends?
Here's the thing. I have a offer for you that might earn you more points with the big guy. See, we think we might be on the trail of a monster. The kind that does bad things to people, including kindred.
Nodding along.
And, well,
What manner of monster?
not sure. Think he might have taken our friend. She? It? Don't know for sure about that either.
That's fairly concerning.
Tracked him.
Who was your friend? Maybe I recall their name.
Oh, just one of the local Toreador aristocrats.
Hmm.
Very kind
Probably
and
not.
just, man.
Frankly, we could, probably would be a good thing if you tagged along. I know I can fight, but, well, the shadow thing, if you're any good at that, you're probably as good as these other two put together at least.
Oof.
No, don't know for sure, but I'm assuming.
Oof.
I'm fairly skilled in arts. To say the least, I'm confused as to why you are standing
Oh, this is where the trail led.
over. The trail led to a sewer?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very concerning.
Given that we're talking about a Toreador aristocrat, I'm reasonably sure that he did not go down there of his own free will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does not seem like him to go down into the sewers.
It does not sound like them. Only the most eccentric of their clan are inclined to such vulgar things.
Is Adolphus dying only for me or for you guys too?
For us
slightly?
as well.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
us as well.
Oh well, I'm gonna have to abandon the
Camera, not.
stupid camera.
Yeah, we didn't need a face reveal for you. We knew how you looked. The important part was these two.
Yeah, no,
I mean, you
we're
already
gonna
knew
end.
how I looked, Demi.
I mean, yes, but we had to show your. I was about to say Serb, not Syrian or whatever, but we had to show you to the world, Craft.
Oof.
We have diversity quotas to meet. You have to understand.
All right. All right. Sorry, I'm not darker.
You know, I'm deeply disappointed.
Yeah, I'm pretty pale for being.
Okay, you should be able to understand what I'm saying now.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I'm very clear now.
That's because I'm using the better mic, but I don't have a webcam with my main computer.
Anyways, if you mind repeating what you just said, because I barely understood anything of that.
What was said just before it? I don't even remember now. My train of thought has been broken.
You said something about being good at manipulating the shadows, and I was dissing these two ability to fight.
I am capable with the arts, but I do find it a bit odd, I'll agree, that a Toreador would go down there by themselves. And you are in my clan's domain, so perhaps someone should keep a watch on you. So, alright, I'll escort you and keep the shadows at bay. That torch of yours probably won't work for very long down there anyway.
Sure.
If you say so. My survival telling me something different, but okay.
If I get a chance to catch the eye of either or both of the other two as we're filing in, I'm just gonna give them a look like, watch that fucker.
What did you say?
Just like, watch that fucker kind of look.
Oh yeah. Be careful, yeah.
Meaningful
It's
look
weird that
towards
he's
him.
so helpful. He's a vampire too. Why is he so helpful? We don't know this guy. He doesn't even remember me.
For posterity's sakes, because clearly there's some suspicion, just to see how good that can be held by, Dominal, if you would roll a manipulation, subterfuge, or performance, either or. I think performance might work in this case.
Manipulation, subterfuge, or performance, you say?
Mm-hmm. And Adolphus, a perception, empathy, sort of just to get the mood.
Alright.
Difficulty 6s. Wait, you're good at. Wait a second. You're good at manipulation? Remind me.
Yep, and performance.
Yeah, he has a shit ton of performance, dude.
Right.
You said
You're only
perception,
shit-
empathy?
Yes. Right, because I remember you not having that little thingy, so it's just like.
Mm-hmm. The
Subterfuge is what
thingy
you're lacking.
I have not triggered during this.
I know.
I'm just
Oh, look at that.
working
Holy
around.
crap.
Force, it's a tie.
Defender.
Okay.
Defender to win.
And yeah, but even you did that sometimes, which is a little bit iffy. So I'm gonna go with this. You're able to, glance at the others and spread your message carefully, and you make it seem that you're, well focused on the task and the like. And you think you did a good, you're doing a good job, especially at keeping, your suspicions and the like. And you, priest, I need this. Okay, this is a bit closer now. And you, priest, you're not able to fully pick up the aspects. Obviously, they're a bit wary about you, but they don't seem to have hostile intent.
That's perfectly understandable.
But you guys ferry down below. And it's a bit of, you have to go a ways down. Maybe goes down, I want to say 8-10 meters, almost like 2 stories. Like it goes down pretty deepish. And the road down there, not nice either. you have to watch your step as you go down. Some steps are missing. There comes a point where you think there's a step there, but it was kind of like one of those illusions. So you actually go down 2, and you have to balance yourself out real quickly.
Oh.
A little bit slippery here and there. It's not a nice trek, and if you weren't careful and were running down, you'd probably have some difficulty.
I'll activate my Auspix 2 now, and Auspix 1, and I'll blood buff my dexterity to like 4
Okay.
for now. That's
Okay.
just 1 blood point.
And you didn't really notice it up as you were still on fresh air and stuff. It was still mostly fresh as you sort of went down. The usual Parisian smell. But as you're heading down, you're starting to get a whiff of the underground. A bit of mold, a bit of sewage, a little bit of staleness to the air. And you, Domhnall, who are still having, slight lingering effects from the ring and things, the wind spirits up above are just like, don't even want to go in. They're just like, nope. And you had a small glimpse, at least those that are passing, sort of as a draft now creates as it's going up. The spirits, the wind spirits here, are extremely nasty. Very vulgar, very not nice, and not informative at all either. And yeah, it's unpleasant. So you continue down and eventually get to the end. And when you get down there, it starts to even out a bit. Now it's looking like a actual sewage. Still smell awful. Has a little bit of I can actually change the map now just as a sort of representation. Yes, I have that, guys. Look
what the fuck? An actual sewer map?
Holy
What
shit,
is
we
this?
just added 30% to our map repertoire.
Holy crap.
Shut up, guys. I'm trying. So this is an approximation.
Very
You have
nice.
a walkway. You have in the middle, sort of, water flowing. And there's not a lot of water flowing currently, at least in this area. It seems to be almost like working as a very, very small creek or just like water going. It's very slow going as well. Not the best at its job. And you can see traces of a lot of things right there in the middle. Not nice. But something that catches and it is dark here, and the torches are providing a good amount of light, which is really useful. And for those who have Auspex, it makes life down here easier. If you don't focus on the smell, that is. Jesus Christ, can you just 1 second?
The movie is too loud.
Quality stream. Out of it.
Yeah, sorry. Watching Pie in the background, fucking lovely, fucking tigers. And the first thing that you, after realizing the smell thing, what you see quite important actually is when you look down to your feet, you actually do notice almost like a trail of dead rats. This shouldn't be unusual, seeing a dead rat here and there, but there's a few of them. And as you sort of, start going a little bit into sewer, it's mostly a one-way. The other one is sort of gated off and seems to be rusty.
Before we proceed, I want to make sure that we check the rats to see if they are
Shit.
dead via fang marks or something else.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence animal, Ken, actually, at difficulty 6.
Shouldn't it be perception?
Here's the thing. Perception could work, but it's a rat. It's not like you're looking for out stuff. It's not going to be that difficult anyways, and this is more for identifying in the end.
I don't give a
Intelligent
fuck
animal,
about
Ken.
identifying. I just want to know if they've been fanged to death.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna.
Is there blood inside? Is it completely fucking empty? Can I break it with my hand? It's not that difficult.
Do you want to break it with your hand?
If it's fucking empty and it's just bone.
Sweet Toreador boy, Art is just making his wine, goes into the sewer. Let me just mutilate this rat corpse. Ah, yes.
I'm not gonna do it, man.
Just snaps it in half. See, it's easy.
But sure. Then in that case, roll me perception, animal Ken, as you're sort of going around and looking.
So that's a +1 for not having animal Ken.
Yep.
Okay.
Any specialty?
On perception, tactical. Whether
I
this
would
was
say-
done by a vampire, I would consider tactical detail to me.
It's
At
hard
least you
to
tried.
Yeah, it's hard to really notice. There's a few of them, so you take your second to glance over, and it's not really easy to identify. Some of them are already very much rotting. Some of them have skeletal remains. Some of them are like 50-50. On one part it's rotting, the other part is like skeletal. What you do know, obviously, is that they've either been, probably either eaten to some degree by something else, or have been dead for a while. That's 100% for sure. But looking for specific or seeing vampire marks and things, you don't really see that. What you do just mostly notice is bunch of dead rats, various ways.
I mean, seeing.
I'm surprised
Donald-
that even animals born of my asthma have been killed by it down here.
Seeing Domino checking the rats, I'll also check the rats.
Go for it.
Was it perception or intelligence?
Perception animal Ken.
Okay, I don't have animal Ken. Big oof.
+1.
Oof, I only have 3 dice. Should I do this?
For fuck's sake, yeah, I'm gonna do it as well then.
Only live once.
Why don't you give it to the person who actually knows what about it?
No, don't care.
What the fuck? Okay.
Alright,
by the
there
way,
we go.
Demi.
Good watch.
Same.
F.
Demi.
Yeah.
Do you have something with me where I could pocket some rats? I want to collect ingredients.
You are a woman of science, which is very heretical in this time, by the way, but that's not the case. What is the case, though, is that you probably do have pouches and stuff that you are able to store things, I would say.
Yeah, then I'm gonna open like a waterproof pouch and like discreet, like while picking them up to examine them, like instead of like putting them back to the ground, I would just put them in the bag.
Question: Are you how are you doing this silently, or do you really not care?
Well, I would try to avoid the attention of the Sombra, but I don't care about the others. They are. I think that relates. Like my reputation with them is already on the drain.
Yeah, Domhnall makes it very obvious by us just staring at you doing this.
So you want to do? So do you also want to check the rats and stuff?
Yeah,
or?
I'm gonna check them as well.
Won't call this as a multiple action, so you can roll perception animal Ken. And if you're trying to keep secret, just because, you can roll a dexterity ledger domain, I would say, for like sleight of hand to like store it away quickly.
Let's see.
Do the perception animal Ken first.
Multiple action was like a -1 die +1 difficulty, right?
Yeah, for multiple actions, but we're not calling this a multiple action because
Okay.
I would presume you'd have. It's not that much of a rush, right? You can do one thing and then the other thing.
Okay. I have discerning.
Discerning, I would say that applies. So there comes a moment where you guys are sort of looking like, sort of like using your foot to just sort of turn around and things. It's like nasty and it's just like whatever. And you feel almost a aura of confidence sort of pass through. And it's kind of unusual seeing, a female figure and things in the sewer just sort of crouch down and pick one of the rats and like looking over. And what I can tell you right here, there does seem to be bite marks on it. But upon closer inspection, there doesn't seem to be bite marks of fangs. Well, they are fangs, but not vampiric fangs. They seem to be the work of other mice, seeming to bite into each other and the like. You do notice on some of them, not a lot of them compared to the rest, but on only some of them, there are vampiric fangs. And those seem to be sucked out a bit more. The ones that are mostly skeletal and things, you can't really pick up mostly from them. information like on the body, but you can discern things like there's bite marks going in, getting the bone and the like, and using your tactical knowledge and sort of knowing the behavior of animals and the like, and especially at this degree, um, something there you were presuming that two things either could have happened. Either rat on rat could be two swarms, two families of rats going on each other, or something that also could be plausible, knowing Nosferatu and the like, and your knowledge of them, is that perhaps they weren't fed enough blood, or some time has passed until they were fed blood, which might have made them be a bit angsty, let's say.
Ah, fuck. It got the local NOS and no one noticed. We are fucked.
Or the NOS is feeding them blood, because the NOS is Pepega.
Then the NOS stopped feeding them blood, which is the problem.
How old are the corpses, like roughly time-wise?
There is a bit of difference. But I would say about maybe a week.
How long has this festival started in the first killing?
That weapon happened, I think, about 3 or 4 nights ago. Since you guys started investigating, some of them seem to. There's certain signs, and some of them you can't be 100% sure. But I'd say a week to a week and a half.
This is where they stayed before they moved to do the actual deed.
Yeah.
What if it's Nichituku?
Well,
don't know. On the vain hope that this might not actually be a vampire we're hunting, he's gonna take 2 of his arrows and dip them in a runny rat.
Rat poison. Nice.
I mean, yeah, you go in there.
You have strange fellows, Severin.
Whatever
Tom
preparations
knows
you
what he's
wish to
doing.
make for battle, I suggest you make them.
Oh, I see.
Well, don't start using up whatever strength you got from the blood, but be ready.
But do note, and I will try and remember as well, that you have 2 arrows dipped in rat blood. It's not easy piercing them, especially since some of them are already rotten things. But there's a little bit of a very bad viscous left on them, and yeah, it's not pretty at all. One of your arrows had a maggot on it, even as you sort of poked back, and it's like,
No, that's perfectly fine. That's how you ensure that the Viking dies. You only need to shoot them once and let the infection do the rest.
I just realized you're actually just a goblin at this point.
I see you understand the medical theory of miasma.
Sure, we can call it that.
But is there anything else you'd like to do before you proceed forward?
I'll blood buff another point of dexterity.
Okay.
I am at
Assuming
5
that
dex
I'm still
now.
turning back the shadows so we can see in the dark, I
You can,
really have nothing to do right at the moment.
You can already see in the dark, by the way, because mostly
I
there are
can,
some
but
individuals. There's torches.
move.
There's torches going on. That they
Okay.
got torches for a reason. What you're doing with your shadows is slightly prolonging the range. Since you're pulling them back, the light has a bit more time to travel, let's say. So that's what I'm going. You're extending the range by a little bit.
Okay, so we have a trail of rats. In the vain hope that this might do something, I want to take a quick look around, and if I can see any sign that could be either of recent passage or of Francis specifically.
Okay. You can make a since you're looking for presumably tracks and the like. You can roll a perception survival.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty 6.
Auspex sight.
Auspice would help. You can roll that down to a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have tactical wouldn't really apply, but okay. So looking at the rats, and that's what took your focus. It's only then that you sort of slightly notice that there's actually somewhat of a almost like a clearing. Uh, in a sense, like how when you're like walking on snow and there's like a little bit of like empty space in between. That's sort of the deal with these rats right now, because there's a fuck ton of them.
Yeah, that's
Um,
great.
so it ends up being more like, okay, somebody stepped here, then here, then here, then here, and you can see that there's a trail. No dragging or the like, but there's definitely empty space in between that feels definitely like tracks.
Okay, everyone be ready. I'm gonna take the lead. I think I can see a trail.
Wait a minute. I could try to summon some rats and use them as
Yes,
scouts.
because sending out a call will surely not be heard by anything else.
Well, we have 4 people, and we haven't been exactly sneaky. There's a good chance that we are already detected if anyone is listening in.
The best not to increase the chances, I think.
All right.
If you think it's useful, go ahead. I just.
Well, you're better at tracking. I suppose also worth mentioning that apparently those those rats seem to have attacked each other. I examined them earlier as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Miasmal beasts eating each other. Bizarre.
Well, some of them had fang marks, but some of them just looked like they had a go at each other. Possibly due to lack of vitae. Them going mad, perhaps.
Oh, I see.
Which would
So
not
you
bode
believe
well.
that this is one of our problems, and it is connected. I see.
Well, usually the Nosferatu tend to keep sort of the control over the rat population with blood. But if they've stopped supplying blood, then this could easily be explained by it.
I understand your rationale. It is very logical.
Like I said, I'll leave the call on the rats to you, Triplana, but I'm just gonna say I had gangrel hunting me in Ireland, and I got really careful about watching for animals watching me a bit too carefully.
Shall I summon my shadow tentacles before we go forth, or?
I think you summoned them at location out of character.
So, yeah, you summon them at a place and they stay there. You can't really move them with you unless you have to resummon them.
All right. So I just have to ink once the time comes. I see.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shablana, what's your decision?
Well, I would trust Dominus' judgment on this.
Okay. So, Shablana decides not to.
I suppose it's. Demi, can I auto fail a contested roll to have when someone is trying to pierce my obfuscate?
That's a really interesting question. I'd say usually no, unless you have sight of that individual as well. Then you can sort of drop the illusion for them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Like, being obfuscated might end up being useful, but I'm really iffy about going on ahead with none of the party being able to see me. That's asking to be the next Francis.
Yeah. I'd say that you can't have that ability, or where you're sort of targeting the obfuscate. Will do note, however, when combat comes around and stuff, since it's kind of working iffy and the others kind of keep attention on you as well, then it's very extremely hard to maintain it at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them that I'm gonna be scouting up ahead, and I'm gonna go obfuscated, but just like see if you can pierce it, essentially, so you can keep me in sight.
Okay.
Right.
So those with aspects, and well, I suppose, since we're doing it like that as well, whoever you choose to, you can, since you're kind of obfuscating right there and then, uh, they'll be able to see you.
Okay.
So you go forward then.
Mm-hmm. Just
Okay.
not too far. Just like I'm gonna be at the edge of where the torchlight would allow someone without aspects to see, and just gonna use my sight to pierce a little deeper in the shadows.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, what is it, like 20 paces ahead maybe?
Yeah, about there. You go forward, and the trail definitely continues that way. And using aspects and the little bit of light that is coming forward, especially now with the increased range, and your aspects and keening on, you can notice that the sort of black spots where there's bodies and the like of corpses of rats keeps on going further. Until a certain point where you notice that there's a bridge-like structure, something akin to, well, this on the map, that ends up also having some of those, and it leads to the left. But the tunnel does also continue going straight.
Which way do the rats go, over the bridge?
Over the bridge. They don't go any time further in.
I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna try and figure out if the footsteps continue through the rats, or if they turned off here.
Yeah, with the previous enough for all, you can definitely see that there were some clearings. It's not as big or prominent over the bridge, but you also do notice that stepping through sort of the rats and things, and now kind of looking down, the one that proceeds forward does seem to have sort of boot trails of blood and viscosity to it. So kind of both.
Both. When I last saw Francis, was he wearing boots? Or were they some fancy court shoes?
That's hard to really say, honestly. But presuming Tord and presuming Francis, they're pretty fancy, sort of fancy shoes. But I don't think you'd ever really notice the sort of imprint it leaves behind. So you're not fully sure, honestly. But I would say that he was wearing fancy shoes.
I mean, if one trail is boots and one is not boots, then, you know.
Yeah, I get it. But it doesn't seem like that.
Okay. Fuck, what else could I do to... I'm gonna turn towards the others and wait for them to catch up.
Okay. You guys can easily go through. Sort of, if you want, you can go through the rats however you want, or you can follow the trails and put your feet where they were as well to less dirty yourself if I want to. But either or.
Domhnall is definitely putting his feet in the footsteps to lessen the crunch. Because that's a giveaway.
But yeah, you can definitely meet up, and I'd say it's about where the bridge and the tunnel keeps on going.
The trail splits. I think our fellow might have continued, but there are more tracks crossing the bridge.
It is possible that the one who left the tracks simply walked in his own tracks from a prior trip down here.
Possible, yes, but if they are good enough at tracking, for someone who knows what to look for, they have left a clear enough trail. I would think they would have covered themselves better. It seems to me that this is more likely the trail of someone who's either unaware or left it deliberately.
So, which way should we go?
Well, dear companions, you know our duties, but personally I vote we try and find Francis first.
Yeah, I'll just certify Francis first. Maybe he is. He's still alright.
Treblana Francis is probably already dead.
Well, we have to try.
Yeah, we do have to try.
Demi, do I recognize either of those names?
Francis. With the previous role as well for the politics, because they kind of are a coterie, I'd say no.
Okay.
Actually, no. There is one exception where I could provide you. You are aware of the name. You don't really know much about the individual, but you have heard that name before, because I'm going to presume you were at least somewhat at the first night party when this all happened. And one of the individuals that were seemingly dancing and hosting was by the name of Francis.
Ah, I see.
But that's all you know.
All right.
Though, if I may note, what was the second name that you're asking about?
I think it was Domino.
Oh, that's Chris. But
Okay.
I think I think you didn't really introduce yourself instantly yet. It was mostly just a cautious being, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So no, you don't know. In character.
All right.
I'm gonna glance around. Are there any living rats still here?
For the moment, actually no. Going to things, there are actually, but they're actually kind of not making really much sound. But you do notice movement, very slight, and it's actually down near like where the water isn't sort of flowing, and you can notice at very rare times just like move, then skitter, move, and it's like it seems to be down. But it doesn't seem to be a lot. You may have noticed maybe two.
I'm gonna just gently reach out, tap Treblana on the shoulder, and just slowly point towards where the rats are.
I make my way there carefully, not to like shoot him away, and then just start whispering.
The rat is kind of down, and it's not like a super deep drop. It's maybe like a meter and a half down, but that's sort of where a lot of filth is essentially. But you can go over it, and you're not really spooking it. It seems to be quite slow moving currently.
No, whisper. Hey. What's your what's your
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? No. Fuck. What do you ask her? What do you use for an opener for her red? I'm gonna ask it. It's still moving. I'm gonna ask it if it's hurt.
It sort of stops and actually kind of moves up, sort of to look back, and sort of looks at you. And now you can actually have a scene. Now that you're actually sort of looking at it and it's looking at you, one of its ears is just completely off. And it just looks at you, and in mouse, I suppose. Hungry? That's a bird. How would a hungry?
Mice might speak like that. I think rats are gruff assholes.
Yeah. Hungry.
I just reach into my pocket and like take some bird feed out, and I hold it out.
It looks down, looks up, not really moving, even if you took it out. Doesn't seem to be saying anything either, projecting. But I'd say with your animal kin and animalism, it's probably paranoid in a sense, scared of you.
Well, is there like a clean spot, like where I could put this stuff without being a?
No, not really.
Why are you assuming that the rat is gonna care? I mean,
Yeah,
sure, build a raft of little rat bones and float it down the stream for it.
Yeah, but
you should pretend to eat it. Oh wait, you can't eat stuff.
yeah, but no, not really.
Fuck. Well, then I will put it in like the cleanest spot, I guess, and like go step a few, take a few steps back, and like here.
Okay. It as you sort of do that, sort of pull back, sort of looks, gives it like a second. 1 second.
He's role playing the rat right now.
1 second as well.
Wow. Cursed.
I'm eating fries. Look at my fancy fries. I
Ooh,
feel
fancy.
jealous.
Sorry, we're just
Okay.
getting some information, some important information.
All right.
Might be more noise later, but for the time being, um, so you back off for a bit. It gives it a second. It starts climbing, just a little bit, like up the sides, looking at your every movement to see if you're just like sort of gonna rush it or something. Goes a little bit up, gets up finally on the top with its udders, sort of goes behind one of the rat piles, trying to sneak before going for one that's on the bird feed, and it takes one, and then you just see it, and it sort of backs off down below, and it looks at you like it's now not staying, just looking up. It's like, what the fuck?
What is this treachery?
But it does say hungry.
Triplana. Perhaps mortal food is not what it wants.
There's a kitty in the background.
God damn it. Boy.
I like
Wait,
cats.
Well, that explains the rat genocide.
Cha real smooth.
Jesus Christ. Alright. So it's batted out again. Would it by any chance know like how? How the Nosferatu usually deliver their blood?
If you
You
need
can
to
give me
know
an-
out of character, Demi, I know how fucked up their process is.
Yeah, it can be pretty fucked up, and would suppose that there's a ways as well. But I'm gonna improvise it on my own. But for the time being, give me an intelligence occult roll. I would say, how much occult do you have? 5, right?
Yeah.
5. You can give it to me at 6. This is kind of a more insight. So, you've read about this before, actually. Especially due to your sometimes keen interest in the Nosferatu and what secrets they can hold as well. And you've remember seeing a book that your grandsire was able to acquire once, pretty old, pretty raggedy. Seems to have been a journal of such. And you can remember a vivid description of at least how this individual did it, right? So it ends up kind of being one. You need to kind of already find a horde of rats. See, the normal process of ghouling usually goes one by one. If you're trying to go for a horde of rats, that's usually not the way to go about it. So you have to kind of, and this is modern term, install communism in it by feeding every rat with its own amount of blood, by feeding the horde with a amount of blood, and this usually takes a good amount of blood. Actually, it takes a much longer process than usual. For not 3 nights, it takes a bit more for all of the blood and all of it to kind of absorb in. And a lot of rats die, by the way, when doing this, because some of them are able to get the blood they get and they get addicted, while some of them don't in that whole pool and horde of rats. In the way how it's actually done, it's like what's the setting? This individual described it as a specialized location, which involves very low, muddy, low level of water, and sort of trickling in their regular food, so to say, trash and the like, while then combining it with his blood and then spraying it around, having the rats kind of almost swim and drink and do everything in its own right, essentially, in that sort of pool. And the more Nosferatu present and the more large the pool and the horde can speed the process up or increase numbers or whatnot. But that is essentially the general rule.
Yeah.
How it's actually done, fuck it.
Oof.
Oh no, you're actually pretty damn close, except that the spawning pools tend to attract all kinds of animals on their own, and you just keep pouring blood in regularly.
There we go. Sadly, though, Paris doesn't have crocodiles in its sewers yet.
Yet.
Yet? Wait a second.
We'll import some.
Okay. I want to like improvise something like that, but like on like a smaller like scale. Essentially,
Just
like
cup your hands together and bite your
Okay.
thumb.
For this process,
Fill your hands with seed and pour some blood on the seeds.
Yeah.
you had a pretty good successes. So I'm gonna say you can give me an animal charisma animal ken at I'd say a difficulty of 5. This is to sort of do the entire process and gain its trust in a sense. Jesus, you're on a roll. Yeah,
Course.
no. With a little bit of input of your knowledge that you had, plus a little bit of improvisation here and there to make it on a minuscule scale, you're able to attack actually the one that you were keeping note of. But one more that seemed to have been, that Don will point out as well, seemed to have arrived as well. And they happily, when they see the blood and they smell it through all of this mucus and filth in the sewage, it's like somebody opening up a bottle of fucking champagne. They rush at it like no fucking business. And they just slurp as much as they can go in. And you can feel, weirdly enough, complexion return to them, but not really.
Oh Christ, these are rats that have been ghouled for like 20 years.
Yep.
It's like an alcoholic that hasn't been drinking for a month and suddenly somebody
They
gives him
start
the
to
alcohol.
age up to their normal fucking age when you remove the blood craft.
I know.
Yeah, that's why do you think these ones are alive? They're veterans. They've seen shit. But they drink it happily. You can put this in your notes if you want to. You have 2 rats that are for 1 step blood. They don't really count as retainers just yet. I wouldn't know because they're rats. But you can
I
keep
think
that as
you
a
need
note.
4 rats to count as 1 retainer or something.
It's retarded. But yeah, they drink it, and yeah, they sort of look up to it, and you can, and they go like, welcome back, master.
Oh, she doesn't look that bad.
Welcome, new master. At least, come on,
She's a
man.
pretty Nazi.
All right.
I mean, everything she's done down here has suggested that she's just a fucking pretty Nazi to me.
whatever. Like I will hold up like my hand for like to attract the attention of the others. Or it seems I have started to gain their trust.
I have gained the trust of the rats.
I'm in.
Congratulations,
They now
you are
believe
now
I
the
am
Rat
one of
King.
them.
Triple honor, rat lord. cursed.
All right.
Just
You
the
can
fucking feels weird, man.
tell me what happened here. Where who who attacked those that fed your blood before? Where have they
Old,
gone?
old master didn't come back in a long time. He was there. He was in his room, sleeping. And then one morning, he wasn't there anymore.
Wait, this is like one. It's the thing. There's like one guy that's responsible for them.
Yeah,
All of them, really? Not a Warren?
yeah. The thing is, you usually have one person who's designated because they have rat catchers, and because Paris is expansive, you kind of have these localized sort of versions.
Even in modern variants, they assign whoever has the strongest blood to do it usually.
Oh shit.
Yep.
It makes sense just because
Not like this.
thin blood doesn't necessarily work as well.
Yeah,
for
there's
those
usually
At the
one
same time-
Nosferatu in charge of the animals, and either he's also in charge of the defense, or there's a second one in charge of like traps and shit.
Hopefully
Master,
it's not the trap guy.
Master didn't feed us for a week. We went hungry. The young ones went hungrier. We fought.
In a week?
guess-
They must burn through blood more quickly than mortals.
Yeah.
When they go hungry and stuff eating, I wouldn't be imagine if one rat unexpectedly used potence to bite the other cunt's fucking eye out.
Yeah, yeet,
Accidental potion.
chomp!
Jesus Christ.
How big are these rats? Are they normal-sized rats? Are they especially large ones?
To note, I'm a fucking city boy, so don't fucking blame me on this.
On one of my walks, I actually saw a rat in the burbs. Yay, this big, and that's without the blood making them bigger.
Yeah, so
And I'm
they're,
not counting the tail.
yeah,
I
they're,
mean, city boys should know how rats look like. Rats gather in the cities.
So is it like 50 centimeters long, or
I'm
what?
not 50 centimeters.
You played
with the
Morrowind,
tail?
right? Or Skyrim at least.
I played Oblivion.
Oh, that's cursed.
Yeah, I love Oblivion. They're sizable. 50 centimeters with the tail, going length as well. Sure. Let's go with 40 to 50 centimeters. Then yeah, they're
They're
decently
about
bigger.
normal then, for really fat ones.
I don't know rats. Come on, guys.
They're not
Guinea
They're
pigs.
French
visibly-
rats.
They could be mistaken for a really well-fed and aggressive normal rat.
Like the biggest one I know of that got caught in like New York was like 70 centimeters long, with
Damn.
tail.
Okay, then just for posterity's sakes, let's go 50, 60 centimeters. Fuck it, but just they're big. Okay, they're definitely not small.
Oh my fucking god, Demi. Gold rat nunchucks. How much of a damage bonus would they be? We have two, now we could tie the tails together.
Oh my
I'd say
god.
they bashing damage, strength -1. And you can
But
only
they
use
have
them-
potence and claws and teeth.
Yeah, but they're not really. They're not.
What
the
if we
ones
use them as bolas so they wrap around someone's neck and start clawing at them?
They just throw them at the person, and then they just, claws out.
improvised weapons?
It's an improvised throwing weapon, right? So, like, throw it, +1 difficulty to throw it, because it's an improvised throwing weapon. It's not supposed to be thrown.
Oh my god! I just imagine.
And then the rat rolls dex to it. Or you roll dex,
can't
and then the rat gets added dice from your dex athletics throw.
I
For
just
its own
Don't worry,
dex to
don't
claw.
worry. When their tails rip off, they'll just regrow
That would
them.
just make them more aggressive. Tail comes off, rat goes crazy.
Yeah, I just imagine a Nosferatu training camp. One Nosferatu, like thousands of rats combined, and they take the oldest one, and the oldest one, knowing that they're about to yeet it into the wall, just be like, "We serve the Soviet Union." Yeah, yeet.
Oh my! I have an even better idea, right?
No more.
So you said rat tails grow back, right? Reusable rat throwing grenade. You remove
Oh,
the
it's
tail
not
and
even
you
that.
toss it
That's
at
not due
your
to
enemy.
them being rats. That's just due to them being ghouls.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay.
Why are you like this?
Look, guys, leave the rat tactics to fucking Nosferatu. Focus on the mission ahead.
I'm
Next
Malkavian.
campaign,
I'm
we're
allowed.
Next campaign we do.
Oh my fucking god! I need
Nosferatu
to make a
Warren.
Malkan still like this at some point just to fuck with people. You hear squeaking. Wait, what? It's getting louder.
Not like this. It's a
If you-
it's a Malkavian who got confused for being a Nazi by a Nazi.
If you put two rats, that's Ebola. But if you put 4 rats, that's a fucking shuriken.
Damn it.
Sasuke.
I can even see it in
Wait,
my
rats are
mind.
pretty smart. I wonder if you could rig some sort of a plane and put the rat in as a pilot and strap it with explosives.
Hey, hold on a minute. That's how you get fucking, what they call it again? The things from Warhammer.
Yeah, the Vermintide.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah, the pilot.
Those
The pilot
Skaven are already part of World of Darkness. You just haven't run into a storyteller sadistic enough to use them.
Yeah. The real pilots, all they hear is. But the ones with animalism hear Allahu Akbar.
Okay.
Okay, going back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the rat has given you the explanation that they have not been fed for a while and that they started chomping on each other.
Understandable. I will ask them if they have seen like or noticed anyone around that time in the sewers, or maybe even after, someone that doesn't belong here.
Points to you. Points to the coterie. Oof.
Master had friends a week ago. Big people. They didn't feed us. They squashed Michael.
Oh. Michael.
Michael's
has-
like that rat, goes on the roof, rips the boot open. You're done, son.
I would assume you're relaying this all to us, or
Nah, Treblana doesn't do that.
Yeah, I don't care about you. No, just kidding. Did they look fancy? Did they? did they use some?
One of them did.
Oh fuck, Francis was part of the conspiracy all along.
Fuck! We have been sold out.
Ask if there's an artistic rat. Can you draw for us?
No, I gotta
You
give them.
find a one rat kinfolk. Oh no.
Oh no! That's really
Oh
just me.
yeah, Johnny is really good at human stuff. Wait a second.
He keeps talking about the Great War.
I mean, that's just when you hand in your resignation. I can't believe it is city. I don't care.
We just bury ourselves under the river for the next 100 years at that point. Fuck this. city.
GG, I'm out. Fuck this.
The rat also says to you, the fancy one was being carried like food, but they didn't give him to us.
Wait a minute. This was like a week ago.
Oh
But-
shit! Right, my bad. Temporus. Yeah, week ago.
Pega.
Shut up.
Pega.
You don't remember. The events you're looking for never happened. But still stays in line. One of them was fancy.
Okay, one of them was fancy, and this wasn't like a week ago. This was like recent, right?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Tonight.
the week ago. That's the one we're talking about.
Okay. So there was one fancy guy 1 week ago. Did I get that right now?
Yes.
Good. I'm gonna give like this description of Francis and ask her if it looked like that.
He sort of shakes his head, essentially. No.
I see. Anyone more recent?
How recent?
Like 1 or 2 days ago.
I think he went missing yesterday.
Actually, it was this very night, actually.
Well, he didn't show up this night. The last time we saw him was yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. He'll sort of look, it's like I was hiding. I don't know. They bit my ear off.
Oof.
All right. Come every time. All right. Now you can you wait here for me. And if I don't come back, well, then I will probably not not come back at all. I would probably meet the same fate as your old master. But if I do, please please come down to the this country entrance where we came in, and meet me there in one night.
But, Master, if you die, who will feed us?
That's all they
Yeah.
care about,
You
lol.
need to assert your dominance. You eat one of them into the wall.
Well, if you wish to wish to make sure that that I can feed you, then you could just come with us and help us.
Yeah,
Be,
one
be,
of
be our eyes and ears.
He'll look to the other rat. But promise us to feed us after.
I promise.
We'll note, by the way, since you had to improvise, you will have to spend at least 1 blood point.
I already marked it down.
Good.
I lose 1 humanity for lying to the rat, Kappa.
So you have 2 rats with you, and they'll sort of skimmy and actually, unless you do anything else, they'll skimmy and they'll sort of hold themselves to your robes on the bottom, like where your pants would be, like just hold on.
Well, I'll keep them there for now, but I'm gonna deploy them later. Just to make note. And then I'll turn around to the others. All right. It seems their master hasn't fed them for a week, which seems to pay some sort of credence to my theory earlier.
Oh no.
I asked them if they have seen anyone like a week ago, and it seems there was a group of people, and I asked if there's one that was fancy. Apparently, apparently there was one. If you have any more questions, I could relay them.
Tommy was just gonna raise a finger, and just like 1 second, and he's gonna go over across the bridge. And you mentioned there is blood in the tracks.
They're more profound now that you look, because they're much more clear on the trail that the rats don't continue on, because they're actually a bit more visible amidst the corpses. Like the one where the rats keep on going, which is across the bridge. There's still blood and things, and you can see small marks of like boots and stuff, but it's not as prominent because there's still other stuff around.
Since blood, coagulates, I want to see how crusty or how runny it still is. Whether whoever made those tracks might still be down here, essentially.
Did you ask them when they last saw these individuals?
Just 1 second, Adolphus, to answer Chris. The tracks kind of mixed a bunch, especially looking over. the trail that keeps on going does seem to have someone's that seems to be not as crusty. The blood that still seems to be on them is still of old, but it does seem to be placed there. The other one seemed to be a bit more on the crustier side, the one that goes across the bridge. Though there are still crusty marks over the going further on. It's just that one seems to have newer.
Okay.
Adolphus, you can ask a question if need be.
Did you, Tropana, was it? Did you ask them when they last saw these individuals?
No, it was a week ago. So they haven't said anything else. I can ask them. I'm gonna look down at my ropes and ask them, have you seen the people that you described to me again?
Only when they were leaving.
Only when did they leave?
Huh.
Soon after they came in.
All right, they've only seen them soon after I came in, but they also told me that they hid for a long time.
Did you ask him if there was any other people down in the sewers after those people?
No, my question implied it. But those are rats. I guess I should ask them specifically. Did anyone else come down after them?
Nope.
Rip.
I should check the head, mate.
So just so I can have myself also clearance because I'm giving out information. I'm terrible at giving out information. A week ago, saw the people, saw the fancy person. They came in, soon left. And then after that, fight, hid, and they didn't see anybody else.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, gonna just give that information and well.
What do you say, Tracker?
The trail that leads on is fresher.
I should follow that.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, should
Yeah,
probably
follow the lead.
Follow the new tracks?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
still
Okay.
need to try and find Francis. He's our comrade.
Doesn't you continue on then? The pile, there's still some very small deaths of dead rats, but they're not as abundant as previously and on the bridge and the like. So as you continue on forward, maybe about 5-10 minutes later, you eventually get to a point which is a dead end, and at the very end, there's at the underground there seems to be a hole that sort of leads more water in, and then there's a bridge to sort of cross over. And crossing the bridge, because that's the only place you can, and following another small, very little hallway that sort of has the similar extension going out through the tunneling. 2 minutes later, you enter a pretty spacious, large room. Seems to be having a sort of set of stairs that goes up to a seemingly another level of the sewage, and a sort of open archway on the other side. And it does seem to be here, sort of where there's some like a table, a very, very old sort of set of tools, very rusty, seemingly some mold going on them as well, dark in here as well. What I will need is for who has Auspix activated?
Me.
I do.
Okay.
I think all of us that have Auspix have it activated.
What level are you? What level are they?
4.
2.
3.
So 2, 3, 4. Okay. Craft, roll perception awareness at 5, Domhnall at 6, Trablana at 7.
Oh yes, this roll that I'm very good at.
Perception awareness. Yikes.
Yes.
Wait, was it 6 or 7?
You roll at 6.
Ah.
You roll at 6. Yeah.
Easy.
So as you go in, Torch still there, present, and keeping an eye out. You
Presumably
see,
I'm taking the lead, so if someone's gonna get jumped,
yeah, discerning. Sure, but in this case, it doesn't fully matter. So as you sort of go in, you will notice it after a small while, but you, Severin, are able to notice first as a sort of like small haze sort of appears and starts realigning itself to be sort of a clear view. And you see one individual at the very top of the stairs, one sort of near the table, and two sort of huddling in the corners as well. Slightly robed individuals, but like with tattered apparel and the like. But you're able to see their clear definitions as well. They seem to be some Nosferatu that are simply standing as still as possible.
Wait. So there was a haze and then it disappeared.
That's sort of me just explaining, obfuscate, that you're sort of realigning and they're coming back into proper vision, essentially.
It's like your mind's eye was out of focus.
Oh. Does the other
Wait,
people
what?
notice?
Yeah, the rest of you take a little bit more, but
Because
you're
I would like try and stop them if they like keep walking.
yeah. They continue on for like a step before, like two steps forward before they would also stop.
So they went out of auspice willingly, or I just discovered them?
You discovered them.
Oh, so they were still hiding.
Yeah. At closer inspection, they do seem to sort of be huddled up, sort of concealing something. But you're able to see, the face, and you're able to see the hands and the like. And well,
Yeah, notice
easy.
that they're Nosferatu.
It's not that difficult.
Okay.
But
So they're
So
concealing a body?
No.
does he
you,
actually
Yes.
call out to us, or it's more like we all walk in and notice at different times?
you kind of all start walking in and noticing at different times.
Okay.
Do I notice at all, or are they
You
still in
don't-
obfuscate?
You don't have auspics; they're still obfuscated, so
Okay.
Okay.
you don't notice.
So, I want to do a manipulation performance thing. Just look around without letting my eyes stop on them. Sigh theatrically like, I really hoped we were gonna find something there, and just turn toward the others and walk back into the fucking tunnel.
What, there's nothing in there? Oh. I
He
see.
doesn't want to fight them. He just wants to leave. He's like, I'm not doing this shit. Fuck him up. For Nazis. Not today, sir.
Sure, you can roll me a manipulation performance. This is at 6, and I'm going to roll secretly as well.
Can I do perception empathy to like understand what he's trying to go for here?
Sure, you can.
Otherwise, I'll pretend to be.
So roll perception at difficulty 6. Do you have any specialties?
Graceful. No, wait. No, I don't have any specialties for empathy, manipulation, or what it was.
Perception, empathy.
Yeah, perception.
I
Exactly.
have,
That's what I wrote. Yeah, nope.
Persuasive, that might apply.
I think that would apply.
Can I also make the attempt?
Sure.
I mean, I understand what he's going for, so I'm like, oh, too bad. I'll turn around too. Even though I noticed them earlier. Oof.
You
I have to roll manipulation now.
you, Severin, having noticed the individuals and sort of, looking at the theatrics, you're like, I know what's going, like in your mind,
Yeah.
I know what's going on 100%. You, Trablana, you notice them, but you're looking at Domhnall, and you're a little bit confused, like catches you off guard what he's doing. So you're going to take a bit more time to process, but you're going to be able to eventually conclude what he's trying to do. You, Lambert, you go in. They sort of just stop. You can see like further in that the room continues on, and Domino's trying to turn back. You have no idea what he's trying, what he wants.
This is quite the strange space to find in the sewers. I would not have expected to find such a large, space in the sewers.
Okay, so this is technically true, so I think at least in Domino's mind, so I think my thing wouldn't be triggered by this, Demi. Domino is just gonna look him in the eye and say the trail ends here.
Okay. In the meantime, two of the Nosferatu, not the one at the top or behind a table, the ones that are sort of in the position surfside, slowly walking forward very carefully to not make a slopping noise, and they start slowly sort of approaching, not drawing out anything, but they're just sort of getting closer.
Oh, you dumb fucks. Alright.
Oh,
Just like. I don't want to be in this disgusting sewer any longer.
Do I notice?
If the trail ends
Um,
here, should we search the room?
Yeah, you can notice. You're trying to do theatrics, and you're
Okay,
trying to...
I'm gonna lock eyes with the nearest one and... Oh, you dumb cunt. And I'm gonna dread gaze him.
Okay.
Oh my god. Fuck it,
roll-
let's go. We're going in, baby.
Okay,
What are you staring at?
roll me a dread gaze at the 6, just as a base.
So that's charisma intimidation.
Intimidation. Yep, difficulty is going to be hidden. Ooh!
I try to de-escalate, but they have to come up to us and try and grab us or stab us. Nah, fam. They need to keep their fucking distance like good boys.
Okay.
Is there a place for me to like break line of sight? Because
Not really. There's not really anything covering unless you like go back further in the tunnel. But even then, there's not like something to really break. You guys are you guys know what you're doing, but even Domino surprised you at this. And you being behind him, he's not looking at you, but you could feel something inside you. It's like, glad I didn't take that. You can feel like some malicious thing. And,
you can feel them soul break a little.
Jesus, he's staring down that nothing real hard.
And one of the Nosferatu the nearest is the one approaching, and you dread get you lock eyes for a second, and he realizes what's going on, but before he could react, you dread gaze and show. You see him like almost as if you dominate one frozen. He stands still, not sweating. He thinks, and maybe about a second after, he just fuck this shit, and he takes his friend and throws him at you, and starts just running back, just running out, sprinting out of this room.
So I presume
what the
that
fuck?
completely broke the obfuscate on both of them.
Yeah, now
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see them, Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert.
Also,
You notice the one on the left that goes the dread gaze first, but then you almost instantly see the other one, and the other one sort of just listening down, looking what the fuck just happened, is on the.
I
Okay,
turn around with a
if he's,
sigh. Oh, for
stunned-
fuck's sake!
If he's stunned for a moment, I want to just leap down towards him and put a knife at his throat.
Okay.
Why
At
are
this,
you
at this point, let's do some initiative. Honestly,
Okay.
Okay.
since this is kind of combat-y.
See, the thing that is happening here, they're either terrified out of their minds or they just plain try to jump us. Either way, letting, not asserting that we're not to be fucked with gets us killed.
The modifiers one, do I just do the +2 for my dex? Because I still have it buffed, right?
Dexterity.
And also my celerity, does that add still?
That adds, but buff dexterity does not add to initiative. if I
Yeah, we
remember right.
usually don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me just
Rip.
put this random add.
It's been a while, so do I just put nothing for the modifier?
Unless you have celerity.
So
Yeah.
you add
Okay.
your wits, dexterity plus celerity.
I mean, it does it for you. The wits dexterity, the wits dexterity.
I could have just done the initiative. I forgot the initiative. 1 second, guys.
But why? Not like this, man. Not like this.
Okay. And
Triplana is the fucking best one. What the fuck? I have better fucking initiative than Donald. Okay.
Severin. So okay, let's see who goes first. So Severin goes before Lambert, and 3 + 2, and they have yeah. So this is how it goes. So it goes Severin, Lambert, and no, Severin, the Nosferatu, and then Lambert.
Okay.
Why am I the only one with a name on my tag?
Because
Wait,
that's
no,
how it
I'm
works.
actually shitty. Wait, why did I put 11 when it's 14? My bad. Never mind. Goes Nosferatu second. Actually, I'm retarded.
Okay. My
Okay.
declaration is to effectively try and take him prisoner by threatening him with a knife.
Okay. Lambert, what would you like to do? As you see this one Nosferatu just sprinting as fast as humanly possible out through like the fucking one of the exits over there in this room, and the other one is just sort of prone on the ground looking shocked at what the fuck just happened.
I'm probably pretty shocked at this, so probably just confusedly bitch for a minute.
Understandable. Severin, what would you like to do?
Seeing Domhnall trying to do that, I'll just look threatening for now. I'm not gonna activate Red Gaze. I'm gonna do like a intimidation roll. Like, don't fuck with us.
Understandable. The Nosferatu. One of them, the one that's shocked on the ground, is still shocked, has no idea what's going on, and will spend his turn sort of clambering up to his feet. The other two that were sort of hidden see what's going on and draw their swords, and are going to draw their swords essentially.
Uh-huh.
And Triplana, what would you like to do?
I will do it. I would like draw my dagger, and I also would like to tell like the rats to protect me.
Oof.
Okay, going through now. The rats. You take out your dagger. You're taking it through. You tell the rats, "Yes, master." They clamber off and they stand in front of you, just menacingly. Oh, you could hear you could swear you heard the JoJo Pillar Man theme.
Oof.
The Nosferatu, the one that's trying to sort of get back onto his ground, stands up finally, sort of still shocked, looking. The other ones draw their swords and are slowly trying to just drew their swords and are just holding them like with two hands. And it's not a big sword, but it's just like they're holding it like what the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Can I roll? What is it?
Strength intimidation. This is
Strength
bad.
intimidation. Oh my god! Really? God damn.
They're
This
a
is
potent clan. What did you expect?
that, and also this is battle. So
Don't have strength intimidation. Oof, I have intimidation. I don't. Okay, whatever. Difficulty 6.
yes.
Depends. I mean,
Would you believe that this is Domhnall trying to de-escalate?
oh holy shit, that's lucky. Fuck me, dude.
You don't have any specialties, right?
Nope. I literally
No.
can't have any specialty to this shit.
you
Not the botch.
you ta- you.
It's not
yeah,
a botch. It's a fail. I don't
I
look
know.
intimidating.
No. You take out the dagger, and you remember, some of your sires sometimes when he needs to be like, like flicks out his wrist, and you do the same, except you get a flist out like, and you pull back, and you have a flimsy ass fucking stance, and it's like, I'm not scaring myself. How the fuck am I supposed to scare others?
Oh well. I'll just
Lambert.
gaze them next time.
Lambert, you bitch. Please say something.
What in the...
And that's your
Is that a
bitching.
Nosferatu?
And that's your bitching round.
Yeah, it's only like 5 seconds of bitching. Sorry.
Domino, because I know you want to threaten with your knife, but because this is trying to pull ground, I'm gonna need a. You're gonna go up, charge him. Give me a dexterity brawl on this one, because you have to position yourself well and the like.
Thematically, could I suggest strength brawl instead?
How would you like to do that then, thematically?
Effectively, my idea was to, just sort of grab him with one hand, go down, press the knife to his throat. The movement
That
doesn't
works.
really change. He's standing
Nope.
up when I grab his shoulder in that case.
That works. Strength brawl it is then. This is difficulty 6, and well, he kind of can, to be fair, but he's too shocked because I'm going to say that a little bit of your ballast hit him as well as he sort of looked at you, but not full attention. So you can just roll at 6.
Okay, I have
Yeah.
powerful arms.
That's 3 successes. Sort of in his haze, as he sort of gets up and clambers, you can, as you're coming forward, it does seem to be a skinnier individual. Disgusting, because Nosferatu. But you don't care about that. You take one of his arms and you just sort of pull him the fuck down, and sort of almost as pulling a twig, almost like not ready at all. You just sort of pulls and sort of like falls, actually. Boom, down.
Yield.
Knife at the front. Okay. Perfect. Honestly, that's all the fight. Because now we're gonna go to narrative. Congratulations, guys, you completed combat. As you put the one person down, he sort of the other two Nosferatu that have the sword draw just sort of look at each other, and it's like one of us just ran, the other one just got pummeled to the ground easily. They're just looking, and the other one's like, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, please. Like, you can feel him actually trying to breathe and like hyperventilate, actually.
Oh, they're new! Fresh like new snow! Oh!
Poor little babies.
Yeah.
Forenzilla roll up into your fucking warren after Killer slaughtered your fucking sire a week ago. What the fuck do you do?
Not like this.
The one on the stair goes like, who the fuck are you guys? I have a sword and I'm not scared to use it. He's not scared.
Don't know, he's just gonna look up and stare him straight in the eye with just like Warface cold fucking look.
Yeah, you can see him like his hand trembling essentially. The other one at the table is like, the other one at the table seems to be a bit more collected, but he's looking at the situation, draws his sword back, and you can notice him slowly trying to actually exit as he's very slowly creeping.
Sit down. We're not gonna hurt you. We have some questions.
Why are you talking at an empty chair?
You can see them
come
now. You can see
on.
them.
Yeah.
You can see them now, Adolphus.
When they
Oh,
pull
okay.
their swords.
Yeah, when they pull their swords, the obfuscate broke, and especially because somebody's referring to them now, the obfuscate breaks.
Okay.
So the other one that looks just sort of quickly nods, sort of pulls down and just sort of sits down. The other one still sort of sword out but trembling.
How
Just
long
goes-
have you been hiding here?
About an hour, 2 maybe.
Fuck, that's weird.
We
Why are you so nervous?
You're the cunts that killed Rakul, didn't you?
Intelligence politics, do I know who it is?
No.
Really? Aww, sad face.
We came down here because, and I'm gonna make a guess, but because those cunts grabbed a friend of ours and took him through here. We're looking for him.
Oh, yeah? Well, we had a friend grabbed or killed.
I'm gonna
He's not
take the
here.
knife off the throat of the one I took to the ground and let him go.
Yeah, he sort of, as the knife comes back, and he's sort of, are you stepping off from him or just taking the knife out and off?
I'm gonna take half a step back, enough that he can stand up, but not do so comfortably.
Yeah, he's not going to even try and stand up. He, seeing the release and things, he's just gonna scamper forward and still be on the ground, just
Crawl away. Oof.
crawl away as fast as possible. It's like slippery, and he like sleds down once, and it's like sort of just looking at. He's like still like maybe 10 feet away from. He didn't go that far.
Fancy man. Joe that you could, well, gut fish with, really. Fancy clothes, long hair, dressed for court most likely.
Pretty boy.
Very pretty.
Yeah, appearance 4.
Smells like bathwater.
Very clean, meticulous.
They're just gonna sort of look. Why would anybody like that be down here?
Yeah, that's our question too.
Yes, that's why we think he was abducted, or grabbed,
didn't do
or
it.
lured, or...
We didn't do it.
Yeah, I believe you.
Are they hurt because we believe them? Oof.
You do?
Yeah, looking at you, I definitely do. The man we're talking about is an Ancilla. He has abilities. Well, maybe with all 4 of you, if you got really lucky and rushed in all at once, but it doesn't seem like you're the kind to take that sort of risk.
They're sort of look. It's like, oh shit.
Oh fuck, we're in our hands!
Are you in Scylla too?
What do you think?
Fuck. He's just gonna drop the sword. We didn't know.
You're gonna tell us everything you know about these killers and the man who was killed by them.
Don't make us doubt your words, because then we have to double check.
I hate double checking. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It's not fun for you either.
We don't know much either. We found out.
It'd be a real shame if we had to bother the guy with the magics in the castle. I've been through that. It's a pain in the ass. It's the kind of question you don't really want to volunteer for.
I swear I don't know. I swear we don't know. Our friend went missing. We don't know how long ago, but 3 nights ago maybe. We went to check him up, and we just found a bunch of dead rats. And we went throughout the tunnels and sewage looking for him, but nobody's seen him.
This friend of yours, he the one that kept the rats? Or is that someone else?
Yeah.
So his haven would be back that way, yes? Across the bridge. I'm gonna try and describe the intersection.
He sort of nods. Yeah, he had to live close to the entrance. He was a rat catcher.
He met any new friends lately? Any new clients?
Nothing but the usual, I think. I mean, whenever somebody's hungry, you just go to him and just be like, hey, got a rat?
There any bones left of him? Was he young enough to leave remains?
Will note, this is out of character. How I'm doing it in this universe is vampires don't leave. Just go ash instantly.
Okay.
Described previously with the specific death rune that happened. Remember describing that as well.
Okay. Never mind then. I'm gonna look at Treblana. Is ash sufficient for your needs? Or do you need bones?
I need bones at the very least.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I will just note this, and I'm not sure if this is happening only to me, but it's like the weirdest shit. It feels like a fucking horror metagame pasta, like Doki Doki Literature Club. Redimir's camera sometimes just flickers out and shows like a different color and like face all in all, and it's like that's creepy.
I haven't noticed that at all.
I'm looking at the camera, so I have to, but it's just like, okay, that's
Hey,
a thing.
Domer, did you mention that he crushed one of the rats?
No, I probably wouldn't have.
So I can't make the suggestion. Alright. Although I wouldn't know your powers anyway, so it wouldn't make sense.
Hmm. When was the last time you guys saw him? The rat catcher.
Ooh. A bit ago, like week and a half.
How often did you go to meet him?
Once, twice a month as usual.
Is it usual for you to invite others into the sewers for sanctuary, smuggling, that sort of thing for a price? And you really don't want to lie to me on this question tonight. I'll
Clan
take-
secrets? He tries to like laugh nervously.
I'm gonna start the extended dread gaze on him. Fuck, him giving us the clan secret spiel after this? I don't think so. He already made the mistake of letting us know we can flex here with little consequence.
Yeah.
Sure.
Letting us know you're fucking noobs. They were super scared of Ancilla. Oh, you dumb fucked up kid.
Yes. Roll dread gaze then, charisma intimidation at 6.
Wow.
Stop
That is actually a
hurting
botch.
them so much.
That's actually a botch. I will note now because things. The difficulty is 7.
Mm-hmm.
So you go for the extended dread gaze, and what the fuck would I do here?
I mean, fear makes people really stupid sometimes.
No, I know one. So, because dread gaze involves a lot of hissing, showing fangs and stuff. You prepare your face for an elongated one, and you have an idea of how to do it. A little bit of a forked tongue sort of feel coming out between your fangs. It's like, oh yeah, that. Just like slowly do it. Let it slowly pump into him, and ow, you just bit the tip of your fucking tongue, and well, because fangs and the liker were being used, and you tried to be really menacingly. The very tip of your tongue is now fucked. So please talk as if you have a little bit of a lisp for the time being.
Someone's just gonna go, fuck.
You're just gonna look at you good, man?
I think Domhnall needs to make a self-control check at this point. Francis is gone. These shit are giving him lip, and now his tongue hurts.
This isn't public humiliate. Well, there are people, but I don't think he give a fuck too much about things. And
He didn't play in a way that would make this really bad for them, yes.
I mean,
still-
biting your tongue like that would be pretty embarrassing. Let's admit it.
Yeah,
Domhnall
so
doesn't give as much of a fuck. If it was at court, he would be ripping someone's throat out right now, but here, who gives a fuck?
yeah. I'd say with the hurt and the situation at hand and things, I wouldn't say it's a blood level. Going between 5 or 6. Just give me it at 6 then.
Okay.
For essentially a lot of provocation happening. Okay.
Domhnall just looks at him, starts calmly taking off his good cloak and holds it out towards Severin.
Grab the coat.
Okay.
Just... This is the first time he draws a breath without needing to do it to speak. He just draws in 3 breaths and starts slowly walking towards the guy.
It sort of
That's
looks.
fine, so you're fine.
And
How much do you think that your clan's secrets are worth now, bitch?
Not like this.
That's too funny.
yeah, taking off the coat, your muscles are a bit more seen in things, and he's trying to, like, at the top of the stairs, there's like a door and things, and he sees you approaching. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he tries to go for the door. It's locked, and then he hears you speaking, and it's like sort of confused at the same time, but you're still coming forward. It's like, shit, open, fucking damn it.
Can it be a...
What did you just do?
Just grab him and pull him away from the door down the stairs.
Okay, that's not gonna be difficult. Come here, shit. He looks in front. It's like, let's see where the sword is. Tries to go for the sword, and you just take that arm, and he goes, and you kind of just like spin him a little bit, and just like throw him down the floor. And just goes, and you just hear a little bit of slopping due to there's some being wetness and dampness, but also a body falling down the stairs, going. And just hitting the floor. It's like, oh, okay, that hurt a bit. Yeah. He's just looking to the other guys.
In case you haven't understood, a member of the cult is missing. Stop speaking trash.
Severin wants to help, so he's like, yes, trash, start speaking.
Yeah, I was about to describe as you're coming down the stairs and things like, he's gonna go up to the closest person, which I'm gonna put as Severin. It's like,
Oof.
help, it's like trash. Oh fuck.
Looks down at me, ruined pants. Like, oh no.
Are you ruining my pants, bitch?
Yeah, the ones over in the back are just like standing stiff, just like, if I don't move, they don't see.
Like, I still have a knife in my hand too, or the dagger. So
we are an example of why nearly they tell her so much. We're in the process of becoming exactly that. Like, you dare disrespect the masquerade!
Yeah, the Nosferatu in panic is just looking to Trablana. It looks the fucking coldness of Trablana. It's like, this is fine. And he's like, nope. Looks at the priest like, I pray to God every Sunday. Please help me.
I'll offer him a hand so he can stand up.
Oh.
By the way, you can roll perception empathy.
I
think he just ends up being sort of boxed in on three sides by all 3 of us.
Yeah, because he goes to Lambert. I'm next to Lambert. Fucking Donald is coming back towards him, so I'm stuck with Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert will notify. He does not have the voice of somebody who is usually in the prey. He's definitely he's lying. You don't feel like he prays to God every Sunday, and he just comes up and looks and it's like, "Thank you, priest. God be with you. Look, I can't. If I give you the clan secrets, I'm dead anyways. Come on."
I'm gonna whisper in his ear. Well, if a member of the cult is missing and you could have helped find him and he ends up dead, you wish you were just dead.
The fucking violent, like the +2 difficulty to all the fucking intimidation rolls.
He feels as if he's sweaty. He sort of puts his face and feels there's no sweat. He's like, fuck. How about we come to a deal? I don't know anything. I can't tell you anything about that, but I know something. I think you're gonna find very interesting. Very interesting. 100%. Not even a boon. Not even a boon. Just don't kill me. Just don't kill me. Don't let me keep telling secrets, and I'll
You
show you
dare
this place.
speak of bones in this situation?
No. That's only what Saya said. No. Saya can go fuck himself right now. Saya comes in. I know a place that might be interested. You're looking for a place somebody well dressed might have went to that is in sewage. I think I know the place. It's a crypt. There's this stuff in it. We didn't go inside. Gave us the heebie-jeebies. But if your friend went anywhere, that's where you're gonna be. 100%, guaranteed. He ain't gonna be anywhere in this fuckfest. Please.
Turn to the other two.
I think we should get something to a sort of security thing.
Yeah.
Look, he's
I'll bring
he's
it.
coming
I'll
with
bring it.
us, obviously.
Yeah. I'll come with you. I'll show you where it is. 100%.
What do the two of you know about your friend's side business?
We know the place. We'll show you there too.
About the smuggling.
Sort of looks. They're just like wow first. Please, man, no.
Severin, I think they're fucking with me.
No.
Okay,
You must turn
kiddos.
back towards God, son.
Should have prayed more. Maybe the priest would have protected you.
No, I'll tell you everything. I'll fucking tell you everything. Just at least give me some assurance that you can get me out of the city clean, please. If I
Oh, it got full crazy.
Perhaps I haven't introduced myself. I am Domhnall of Clan Malkavian.
one of the others like, it's like, oh shit, I heard about him.
Yes! My reputation precedes me!
This is the guy who can
Do I
take down
recognize the name
Gangrel
now?
very easily.
Yeah, the one who's like, he's like, oh shit. It's like,
I wanna say the Doggo Slayer, but that's disrespectful to Gangrels.
I'm gonna just slowly caress the wolf pelt. This belonged to a gangrel that I defeated.
the one who's like, just like, 100%. You're strong. You put Alfred there on the D's. 100%.
And yet
Look.
I still don't hear what I want to know.
Tribana, you kind of know the form a little bit more, and you're thinking, somebody who's provoked this much would surely go and be on a in some form of frenzy. The beast would come in one point, but then you realize, no, this is the beast, a very specialized form of rot shrek, also known as pissing one's pants. And he goes, okay, we know a guy. Name's Marcus. He likes to smuggle some weapons here and there from the guards. We usually do business with him. Cool guy. Was in the army before. I can give you real good discount with the guy. If you need weapons.
So, and I did explain to them previously, yes?
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Albert!
Yes.
And
Hey.
Albert! Albert, really good. He's he likes to give us a little bit of that good stuff. You ever get what you By the way, so a guy deals with shrooms. We can't use them. We're kindred, you know, you and me, kindred. He likes shrooms. He likes we sell those shrooms.
What have you done, child?
And he like realized that he forgets that he's not next to him, and I got pious purposes, holy father. It's
Lambert, they have been polluting their bodies with substances more impactful than alcohol.
yeah. You guys are gonna have to give me like at least 5 minutes, and we just be right back. Sorry. So take a break if need be.
Rip.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
You know, it's
God
a shame
damn,
when
your
neonates
lisp
don't
thing.
understand simple instructions. It's a real shame.
It
Yeah.
is a shame. But
We don't
you know
care
what's
about
not
the
a shame?
things.
You biting your tongue, because goddamn, that lisp was funny. I loved that. You did so well.
It
Oh
made
my
the
God.
fucking intimidation
I'm
more
gonna
interesting,
love this
certainly.
fucking party, man.
Oof. What's the actual
Alright, I'll
penalty
be
for
right
having a lisp, the flaw?
I don't know, like usually a botch from a fucking dread guy is just that you can't use it on them again. But
Yeah, exactly.
no, this is fine.
That's like standard presence botch though. It's like, yeah, you can't use presence on them anymore. If I remember correctly, that's what it was.
Technically,
this
it
is
says
funnier.
something like for the rest of the story, but it depends on how Destiny defines story as well.
Because like I'm reading Dread Gaze in the Dark Ages 20th anniversary, and it doesn't have a botching scenario at all. It has a if you fail during an extended action to
Sorry, back.
Dread
We'll
Gaze,
have
then nothing matters.
I'll do this a little bit more for another 10-15 minutes, by the way. But then we're gonna have to finish the session if that's not a problem.
Sure.
Got it. Okay. She looks. Can you just please repeat what the last thing that you said so I can continue?
I think I was asking Severin if, you know, didn't I explain to them essentially? And they started talking. Oh, wait, no, I was telling the good father here that they were polluting their bodies with things worse than alcohol.
I wouldn't say it's worse than alcohol.
So you are polluting yourselves with substances. I see.
Oh shit.
Just bullying them more.
Come on, guys. I gave you 2 people. Come on. Let me just show you that place.
Those are
Let
pretty
us up.
valuable names, and we do appreciate you volunteering extra information. I'm sure that will be very useful at your trial for letting Sir Francis die.
Come on, man. We don't even know who Sir Francis is. Come on.
Well, the trial will determine that once you are questioned.
Yes, the court has some very how do you say painful
I'm gonna roll
ways of
some.
interrogating people?
Deeply
Well, some-
disturbing.
Yes,
Roll.
yes.
He's gonna sort of look to his others, and he's looking just like there. It's like, what did we ever do to you guys? Look, I'm sorry that we attacked you. We were just looking. Why do you guys have to be cunts about this?
Who smuggles people and who offers them sanctuary in the sewers? Who brings outsiders in? Who would know about this? Who else other than your friend was involved? Because, to be honest, we know your friend was fucking involved. So, start speaking. And not on bullshit that nobody gives a fuck about.
We just sometimes hide people here, you know. Sometimes they need 3 days out of sight. Sometimes the Bruja asks for it. They got a guy who knows a guy who needs hiding. The gangrel sometimes need a place to take a quick sleep out of the serpents.
I'm back.
Toward Reventru here. I don't.
See,
We
that
don't-
doesn't
we don't-
track. Gangrel have other ways to find safe places to sleep.
know, man. I'm just saying what is. Think, who is it? Yeah. Some of those, scholars. Uh, no offense, madam. People like you sometimes come down here, looking for some dead people sometimes. Like some of the homeless, some of the hobos. My brain's gonna explode. Please, I don't know anymore. Please.
Names and contacts for the people doing the people smuggling. You haven't mentioned an exhaustive list of those. Some brouhaha is not something we can act on.
God. Oh, should I actually make myself bleed? Oh, fuck.
Pepega.
I don't have that many characters, that many names. Neither does the Brew have that many motorcycles in this time being. But for prosperity's sakes, I'm gonna say that he gives you a few names. Some of them have last names, some of them are just like theirs, some of them have nicknames and the like. It's not an extensive list, maybe like 6 people. Yeah, 6 names. See?
Okay. You did good. You two kids can go. Put the hand on shoulder of the one that spoke about the crypt and was demouthiest. You're taking us on a little trip. You're gonna stay right next to me all the way there.
Whatever you are. Yes, sir. And he's gonna lead you. And the lead ends up being a bit more extensive. Sometimes you have to evade a very minor trap or the like, which mostly consists of either a bunch of slippery goo that's meant to like sort of like either make you fall down, or it's supposed to be just a random like spike coming out of nowhere and just like hitting you. Very primitive and very meaningless traps for if you have at least an eye out. But he leads you and avoids some of those traps, and very nervous. Doesn't try to resist. He's you can feel his shoulder. Like you could probably right now, because of how defenseless and down he is, with just one good squeeze, maybe even like break his fucking shoulder to a degree.
Oof.
Don't tempt me. My sire told me I mustn't consume.
And it takes about 20 minutes, actually, of good walking. You're not quite sure about the full journey, but 20 to 30 minutes. And all right, so we put a trap here. Nothing special, just a little
You're coming in
tripwire.
with us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
See, I don't trust you, and I don't trust that you haven't led us on a convoluted route, or that you aren't gonna go and get some of your fellows to try and lay an ambush on us heading back, so you're gonna stay within my sight, yeah?
Okay, yeah. So, watch your step, the tripwire, you step on it, duck, okay? He's right here, and he shows you a nice little fine line, essentially. Actually, no, it would be actually something equivalent to rope. Usually, if somebody was blind, you wouldn't be able to see it due to the dark, but with auspex and torches, like, very easily
And the
visible.
fact that I'm turning back the shadows.
Giving extra
all
range and
that.
stuff. It's easily visible. You step over, and he sort of looks and he's like, "Oh shit! No! What the fuck?" And what you guys see in front is a bunch of rocks, essentially, almost as if there was a small little cave-in that happens. And what the fuck is with the motorcycles at 15 to 11?
The Hells
is it
Angels have
summer?
decided to take over your country, Demi.
And there's some rocks, varying size and things, but most of it is very loose pebble and bricks that seem to be part of the switch. Like, and he's like, oh shit. It's The entrance is supposed to be here.
See, a distrustful man might assume that you are bullshitting us.
And you know what that leads to, right?
Now, I'm not that distrustful a man, so I'm gonna assume there's at least a chance that you're not doing that, because you're smarter than that, right?
Yeah.
How do we get in?
This is the only way we found in. So,
See,
Dig?
those are not the words of a smart, inventive, resourceful young kindred who wants to continue living.
So, let me get this straight, Demi.
Yeah.
He's just led us to a place from which he enters a underground burial site to raid it for bodies.
the information there put was if you were looking for something interesting in somewhere where it might be, it'd be the crypt. That's all he knows and what he's showing.
Yeah.
But
So they don't see
mentioned,
bodies from here.
and also mentioned that he and the rest didn't really go in because it gave them the EBGBs.
Yeah. So they haven't even entered.
So
And
dumb question. My sire talked about getting something from the sewers as like one of the possible things that I could do. Does this sound like does this all look familiar or sound familiar or whatever in that regard?
putting two and two together, they very well might. It is a seemingly called crypt, and it is in the sewers, and the Nosferatu did lead you to it, so potentially, yeah.
I would like to knock on the wall that's suddenly here.
It's not a wall. It seems to be like a cave-in, like a bunch of rocks and bricks sort of just collapsed in, and it's like filling it up, and it's a dead end due to rubble, essentially. And he looks. I mean, if you give me a shovel, I can dig.
Does it look like there's enough gaps for rats to squeeze through?
There seems to be a little bit at the top, at the very top, where there's nothing. There's no light coming out, or you don't feel any wind, but there might be a chance.
How high is the top?
I'd say maybe about 2.5 meters. It's not very large. It's not like you guys are close to the top.
So, which of us is the scrawniest? Severin, Treblana?
The rats. The rats are the strongest.
Well, other than the rats, like someone with Auspex, ideally.
I mean, looking at the wall that he's saying is supposedly, the door, whatever, entrance. Can't we just do like a perception investigation roll? Whoops. Can I try and investigate it to see if there's any signs of it being an entrance?
Sure. Roll me a perception investigation. You do have sight and stuff. What your auspice is at 4, right?
Yep.
Sure. Then roll a difficulty 4. Any specialties?
Nope.
Huh. Whack. 4 successes.
Yeah, whack.
You actually, you pass through the people and sort of dig in a little bit. You do find some things that might indicate that it could be a entrance of sort, and that's mostly a combination of bricks and the like that seem to form sort of like a curve, like almost like it was used to create an archway of some sort. Most of these places in here are either entirely circular and the brick kind of follows in square-like, but the entrances is where you've been seem to be via an arch. Fuck it, I'm gonna draw it on the map just so I can better explain. Imagine like bricks like I just drew a gun.
Where are you drawing? Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah, no.
those kind of like those pieces. And the bricks here, and there's also seem to be like almost like small bits and pieces of something that seems to be much more similar to a sort of column sort of deal that seem to have broken. But this very well might indicate that this is an entrance of some sort.
Demi, can I make a crafts roll of some kind to try and figure out how the weight in the pile is distributed with an eye towards could this be safely dug through, or at least the gap at the top open enough that we could get through?
Okay. Yeah, I'd say in this case, because you need to have some knowledge of basic physics and the like in a sense, I would say that this would be intelligence based. Because you have to know, kind of have an idea of that a bit. But roll me at a difficulty of 6.
Okay.
D6. Take a look. There is, due to some of the bricks falling off or seemingly not being there, there is a little bit of sort of soil that's up at the top that doesn't seem to be really moving. But checking that real quickly, it does seem to be slightly movable. You think that if you go a bit too fast or move it a bit too incorrect, there would be some form of additional cave-in. But you do think that it is, to a degree, possible. You just have to be careful and slow and methodical about it.
Well, Treblan, I would suggest sending the rat in. If we have to dig through this, I think we can, but it's gonna take a while. We have to do it carefully.
How does the ceiling above this cave-in look? Does it actually?
It's filled with just regular sort of stone brick, essentially. That sort of form almost like a sort of a very circular. It's supposed to be circular motion, except the bottom, which seems to be mostly flat. But it is not very high up. There are some parts of the sewer that goes higher up, but when going through these like sort of smaller places and things, the ceiling definitely drops.
So
but
it's
there's
essentially
enough.
the arch doorway itself that has collapsed.
Yes.
I
Okay.
see.
That's super fucky. Those would normally be the strongest part then, because they're fucking reinforced points.
Mm-hmm. It's not impossible to get rid of it. It's just
needs the big yeet.
Yeah, or rather, yeah. No, seriously, I fucking hate that red bird. Now it went green and like alien, like fucking hell. Fucking Cthulhu like shit over here. But
it's just from his screen, dude.
I know, but you want to send in a rat in, right? What kind of command would you give it, or tell it to ask it to do?
I would ask it to crawl in and come, take a look around, try to not get noticed, and then come back to us. And if it gets noticed, then well, and yeah,
shame.
I suppose I could try ordering tentacles to slowly dig it out while we're a little ways away, so we don't have the possibility of being crushed.
In the meantime, you send in the rats in. They sort of go, "Yes, master," and they scurry up the top. They obviously moving, throw a little bit of small rock to them, but they don't seem to be heavy enough or rather dexterous enough and good at climbing. They're able to go in, and it requires a little bit of squeezing, but eventually they just go, and they go in, both of them. And while you guys discuss, you guys can discuss for a while of what to exactly do, because the rats are going to take a bit.
That question actually, like how much time has passed? We went in like kinda early-ish in the night.
Yeah, you guys did. Doing all this, the blum. because you went around, I'd say 9 by the time you went to this place, went in, had a talk, investigated, stuff like that. I think about 3.5 hours, so about 12 to 1 approximately.
Mm. Okay, so still some time. Would we be able, like, how long does it way back, like, roughly? Touching like
He took you about here 20 to 30 minutes. So if you were to leave, that might take you about 30 to 40 minutes in total to get out. And your way back home to your haven on the other side takes another approximate 30 minutes of just like pure walking through the city.
Mhm.
So if you want to go home, you probably want to keep yourself an hour and a half, 2 hours, or sleep in the sewers, either or.
Yeah, sure.
All right, our time is a bit short, considering we need to go back as well. So, what ways do we have to like essentially dig through it? I assume we want to go through, right?
Not necessarily. We're here for Francis. If we can confirm that he's dead and there's no one to recover, then, well, the higher-ups can send a bunch of ghouls to dig this out.
Yeah, that's fair.
My lady, sorry, sir. If you're looking for a way out, I know an exit too. It'll bring you right at the top, far away from here. So just
You're a really helpful guy all of a sudden. I don't trust it. Something slimy about the way you said that. Doesn't inspire confidence.
He wants to say something, but just realizes I'm gonna shut
You
up.
can't win with an elder, Tembe.
I'd like to grab the Nosferatu's shoulder, walk him over next to the pile of rubble, and begin proselytizing to him.
You have to give up your Sitfushro meeting ways.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a bit of context. He sort of looks, and it's like as you touch him, he sort of like flinches a little bit, and sees once again that it's you, the priest. And it's like, I can't trust this guy either, especially because he knows that we did shrooms. So he's just reluctantly.
I mean,
like,
these
very
are some very progressive Nosferatu if they know how to do shrooms without, completely fucking themselves up. That denotes a lot of study and practice.
The younger generation, my guy.
So if he's flinching away from me,
No, he didn't flinch away from you. He just flinched as somebody grabbed him, and then he's like very stiff, especially looking at you.
you must turn your sights towards God, son. You must.
Oh, that
Reach
sounds like we're
out.
gonna kill him when we're done. Start saying your prayers, bitch. You ain't seeing the morning.
Poor kid.
Yeah, he's I mean, come on, Father God. We're kindred. Come on.
Find your heart, man. Find your heart.
I'll wrap him in a hug.
Oh no! That's an attack move for Kindred! That makes it so much worse! It's like you're grabbing him to hit him!
He's too scared shitless. It's stiff that when you do hug him, you just hear him say, you just here go. Fuck being a vampire. Fuck this.
Good that you realize
Yes,
it now,
son.
kiddo.
You must repent. We are cursed. Turn your eyes towards God. Come to the proper way. You have done so much in so many sins. Only through repentance will you ever be saved. It is only a matter of time before you meet your Maker. It will not be tonight, for you are in my grasp. But know this, we all will.
Father, you're a man of God. Tell me, am I getting the guillotine or the fire?
You are simply going to go home tonight.
That really doesn't help,
End of
Father.
the night. You are simply going to live. But you must help them. And you must turn away from your sinful ways.
He thinks you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, Lambert. He thinks he's about to die. We're not gonna kill him, alright? Unless he starts lying to us.
Now that you mentioned it, like, you have to live in things, he's confused, like, Father, I really don't know what you're saying at this point. Am I dying or am I living? Tell it to me straight.
Well,
shall
you
live, my
see,
son.
kid extends thanks.
You shall live, my son.
Fuck.
But you must, in your life, turn away from sin. It is the only way.
It is a way.
Yeah.
Gotta agree with Wolfie here.
Excuse me,
After
what did you
all
call
he
me?
almost did to you,
Every time. Sorry, I looked at the wolf skin.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be a frenzy thing. Did you just fucking call me a dog boy, bitch? I have over 300 confirmed gangrel kills.
Wasn't it Viking kills? Oof.
I wanted 6. I wanted.
Oh, it's just still the first stroll of the new set, isn't it? Or the first take.
Oh wait, no, we're not rolling what. Actually, yeah, you actually did only get the first tick.
so can I try to convert him?
He's a
Sure.
scared out of his mind hippie. I'm not sure how well that's gonna take.
Give me a
Would you wanna-
charisma theology roll. Due to him being scared for his life, having a lot of mixed signs, one this being a sewer as well, by the way. This would be difficulty 9. This is not the place, not the person, not the way. to
And
cross
not
the
the
line.
time.
So it's 8 for me?
Yeah, because you have the bearing.
Okay.
Actually going for it, the mad lad.
I have a
Oh
specialty.
my god.
Crosswise. Okay, yeah. 3 successes. My fucking god. So, you start talking a bit as the others are planning and things, and he eventually looks, look, Father, I know, Shroom's bad, smuggling people, but live people, by the way, when they're hiding, very helpful, bad.
It is good that you are confessing your sins, son.
I've been in this clan. I've been doing this for like what 4 years. I've been told
Oh, it's
a
a
rule
fucking French
over
thing.
and over again. We Nosferatu gotta make deals, and I know it's not right to make a deal with a holy man like you, Father. But how about we make a deal?
with God, son.
So you
Make
put
a deal
making
with
deals
God.
above the traditions?
Oh, stop fucking with it. Oh my god.
Everyone suddenly goes silent and watches his answer very carefully.
It's not like people care about the traditions that much right now.
He looks back to the
It's not
priest.
the Camarilla.
They still
Still
care. Fuck.
Traditions,
Yeah.
like he sort of just like open mouth, very like goes back to the priest. I'd like to make that deal with God now.
Oh, now I saw what you meant, Demi. Redimer just has like a fucking purple flash or like orange flash or some shit.
It's not even orange. There's various colors.
Yeah, it was
I
orange and
probably
pink
would
this
have
time.
had some spare prayer beads, so I'll give him those. They're just simple wooden ones.
Ooh.
I stopped doing this a while ago. I swear, Father, every Sunday I'll go to church. But I need a place
Good,
to
my
pray.
son. Good.
I can't just go to any church. That you see what I am. You got a place. You got a place where God is.
Yes, my son. I'll give him directions to my church.
I'm gonna
I
be there.
myself
walk
will
up to him.
personally allow you confession.
I'm gonna walk up to the kid. I'm just gonna tell him, all I see here is a child of Christ. I'm gonna clap him on the shoulder. When he isn't looking, I'm gonna wink at the priest.
Oh my god. Oof.
You can see in his mind going, look, I know I'm like in his mind he's probably thinking, he's like, I know I ain't the best Christian, but I don't think Christ agrees to this either.
I mean, I'm starting to feel really bad for the kid at this point. But he's an Nosferatu, so.
But,
I mean, this is what happens when you fall in with older kindred.
but
Everyone memes on you.
But congratulations, Lambert. You were able to convince a very dastardly sinner to go to church every Sunday to repent for his sins. Doesn't really give you a background yet because I think he'd avoid being a contact, which. But
After his
That's perfectly
experiences.
fine.
but you scaring a man to hell and back. That's how you convert people.
Scared straight. Medieval edition.
But for the digging, excavation, and what to happen next, we'll handle that next session. But for the time being, let's end the session
Okay.
Oof.
with a fresh, converted, true Catholic in his heart. Fucking disgusting.
Yikes, kiddo, yikes.
So, Adolphus, being the freshest, newest here, out of character and in character opinions. Out of character, what did you think of the session? Opinions, and in character, what is Lambert thinking? And what is Lambert thinking? And
Out of character, I have to say it was a pretty fun session. It was very interesting to walk up to a group of 3 people that look completely out of place, holding a bunch of weapons in the middle of the street.
And through your efforts, find made a guy go to the fucking church. Sometime God says it be like that.
I had no choice other than to follow God's will.
And in character,
I mean, it is literally a sin on my path.
In a few hundred years, this kid is gonna be really conflicted as to whether stay with the elders or join the Anarch Revolt after us.
selling shrooms gives me contacts, but that goes against God. So what is in character, Lambert? Lambert thinking in character.
I'm glad I was able to turn one more soul over to the righteous and proper path.
And what about the situation that seems to be ongoing down in the sewers with the?
Why am I surrounded by weirdos?
Understandable. Have a nice day. Let's
You're the
zigzag.
weirdo here, sir.
Let's zigzag craft. Out of character, in character. Out of character first.
Auto character. Fucking rip that kid, man. Poor kiddo. He knows how I feel. Cause that was me with the prince.
Yeah, I've been throwing a bunch of Insilla and Elder, so it feels time to actually fucking Insilla up for once, doesn't it?
Yeah, time to fucking eat a kid, man. Oof. No, we won't actually. I mean, it was pretty funny, yeah. But man, this is taking a long time. That's out of character. This fucking sewer is gonna take like 2 more sessions at this point. Fucking hell.
Yeah, don't
But
worry
we
about
have
it.
to find Sir Francis. He might still be alive.
Why can't I? No, right. I don't have enough presence to summon, right?
To be fair though, we started the session a bit late, and we also spent I think 15 minutes debating on how to use rats as throwing weapons.
That was a valuable discussion.
You know, I'm fucking retarded. I haven't tried fucking summon yet.
He would never have gone in the sewer of his own free will.
Yeah, that's what I've been assuming too. But I mean, I can try it to see if he's alive,
Unless he deliberately sealed that entrance and has gone to sleep for the next 100 years with orders to dig him out. I wouldn't put it past him, we discussed it.
Cursed.
He might have just claimed the best sleeping spot and told the rest of us to go fuck ourselves.
Truly. And what in character? What's Sovereign thinking about the situation like?
Poor kiddo, but you really need to understand what he wants, man. You seem smart, but you're like, oh, keep saying the wrong things. And why the fuck would Francis go down here? Disgusting, man. And why the fuck can't we find any traces of him? And oh dear god, have the organization been down here too and killed that Nazi elder? Oh my god.
Oh, that wasn't an elder, that was quote unquote a friend of theirs, so like a neonate, probably.
Neonate,
Oh.
Insilla, sire, who knows?
Probably a fucking Insula. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't be the one responsible for, well, his task.
He might be a nice Ancilla who's probably their sire or something, who like,
We're
you know,
nice
Nazis
and
are also
silly
kinder.
too, until you're a
Nazis-
dick to us.
Nazis
Correct.
are kinder to each other too, because they
Correct.
know that they're
I mean,
they're suffering.
If he was their sire, they probably wouldn't have referred to him that way.
Yeah, true. But they're probably well, yeah.
Nazi
Crest.
transformations take like a week. They wouldn't like their sire.
This is true.
So, Crest, character and character.
Out of character. Well, yes, it was cruel what I did to that kid. Truly, it was. But in my defense, he fucking asked for it multiple times, repeatedly, despite our warnings.
Yeah, I did look over through, patsins and things, and yeah, no, this is entirely good because if you actually, I think actually if you stoop down to his level, I think for Domino that would be failure to conduct yourself with honor if you stoop down.
I mean, we're obviously not equals. And
Obviously.
we are on important business. That part is also true. Like, that's the thing. Domino, it's probably his first time, exercising authority this directly. He's mostly, tried to gain status and get people to respect him. But this is probably his first time pulling rank on another kindred to this extent and having the full justification to do it. So he's really going through an awakening to the potential that the jihad offers.
When an Insilla finally ends up bullying a neonate, and then they look. And
That's when they're ready to be an elder.
And I can see some Insilla being like, "We bullied neonates," and then they remember their time when they were neonates. Like, are we the baddies now?
No, at that point it's like, oh, that's why they did it. Yeah, we were little shits.
He was teaching me a valuable lesson, yes, by not eating me.
Yeah, in character, it's a, that feeling of, well, kind of, I guess, like being the adult in the room, being the authority.
Blessed, honestly. And lastly, Trablana or Redimir. Out of character and character.
Our character was like a great joy to watch Draco do his magic.
Of course.
And in character, I think, yeah, it's becoming like pretty clear that you're probably not gonna find our little friend in time, considering like how little, like how hard time we have like tracking him down, the disappearance of like the North Sea and the political activity. Yeah, that's not looking worse and worse as we go on.
Yeah,
Well,
I
at
have
the
to
very
kind of.
least, it covers our asses with the higher ups, and it gave us more leads to follow. We now have an idea of how the fuckers, were in the city undetected.
Yeah. Also, that actually is interesting because like why did the fucking Nazis never tell to tell anyone? Okay, but our
Because
numbers.
nobody offered to pay them.
Originally, see, I didn't think it was going to go this way, but I had it prepped in just in case, right? That in case this went things and things, he would have showed you that location for a minor boon, obviously. No,
Good joke, kid!
yeah, that's what I. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Nice joke, kid.
Did all the competent Nazis die?
We just met a bunch of kids.
Basically.
I mean, listen, that's literally what the Deodate coterie would do. Well, we could show you this thing you clearly need. For a boon, sir.
yeah, older Nosferatu things are either gonna be
Oh my
deeper-
fucking god, we're that asshole elder who just shakes the coterie down and takes what they want, like, nice try, kid. Better luck next decade.
honestly cursed.
But
And,
fuck 'em.
Yeah, no, no, I just love the 7 successes Drid gaze, and I'm like, what would I do with this one? You know what? That's right. He wouldn't just run away. He's gonna throw his friend in front as fear. Like, you deal with this somehow. And in character, what is Treblana Thonkin? Hello, Redimir?
Hello,
And we never heard of Redimir again.
hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we can hear you.
We turn around and Treblana is gone, never to be seen again.
Oh
And
no.
we have to kill the Nazi because he clearly led us into an ambush.
Clearly.
So what did he
He
say?
repented his sins. He can go with God now.
Cursed. So, what is Treblana thinking in character?
Just told you that there was an in-character thought,
Oh,
like about him, about finding the guy.
fair enough. So, going on to the mechanics now. Everybody gets 3 XP.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, there was combat this session.
It wasn't life-threatening combat. It was
For the Nazis,
It was actually, I think it felt pretty life-threatening for at least 4 people in that room.
oh, curse.
I mean, you have to be a special kind of stupid when guys walk in, move to leave you alone after you hit, and you move up to try and ambush them. Like, holy shit, the dumb.
Yeah, I rolled two successes on that as well, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have at least 2 of them be like they see a little bit through and are getting closer, and 2 of them are gonna stay in their spots. I'm like, perfect. And what you gonna do? They didn't. They you could have killed Kenny. Honestly, this just has to be like a in-game meme every time. Whenever somebody goes missing or somebody dies, no matter how many Kennys you put in that game, that guy has to be called Kenny.
I mean, I try.
I know. I need to try that too. So everybody gets 1 willpower back automatically. Does anybody have anything to justify natures?
Oh, loads. I was the man. But I don't need willpower.
Fuck you. Not Big Allen. It wouldn't have applied here, I'd say. This was very much this is very much more in line for Bravo, not a gallant.
Well, I showed my
I think I
ability
might
to
have
dominate the
fulfilled mine,
situation.
but I'm full on willpower anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you guys like just go for the willpower. It's just why not? You get one anyways every session. So, XP, willpower. Does anybody want to buy something?
Still want to buy survival.
Actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna buy survival to 3. I've been tracking a lot.
True. And you also have your history, so for you I'd allow. Jablana, just because you pick up a dead rat and be like, ah, yes, I know what ate this.
If I eat that rat, then do I get more points?
You need to diablerize the soul. It has to incorporate into you. We become one with the rat.
It's fine, we have a
Do you
spare
really wanna do
Nazi
that?
that we don't need.
If the Nazi gets snacked after he leaves for some unknown reason, not my problem.
You know, honestly, I say we keep the Nazi for a night or 2, let the priest indoctrinate him for a bit, and I go back to his fellows the next night wearing his face.
Oh my god.
See if they are stupid enough to say something that incriminates them further, then I just drop it. Like, really? You lied to us, cunts?
Do that.
And he's gonna be like, oof.
Severin, do you want to buy anything?
No.
All right then. With that, we're gonna fully end the session and probably the recording. Yeah. By the way, before we do, did anybody host us? Do we have any sponsors?
I don't think so. Not that I can see.
All right. This episode was not sponsored by Vancouver by Night. Shame. But what you
Shame
gonna
on
do?
you.
But we're ending the session. So everybody say bye-bye. Da.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.